What's going on, everyone? In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to change out your strawberry beds. We're going to talk about how to do it, when to do it, and how to do it so you don't have any downtime. That's a really important distinction between a lot of tutorials that are going to show you how to do it, because a lot of tutorials are going to show you how to do it, but unfortunately there's going to be about a year to maybe even 2 years where you don't get any strawberries at all as you're setting up the next strawberry bed. In this episode, we're going to show you how to keep a continuous harvest the entire time so you don't lose out on any precious time growing these amazing fruits. Let's go. So real quick note before we get into this, I wanted to kind of show you guys this because a lot of you talk about pests and birds specifically eating your strawberries. Give this a try. This is just snow stake. You can get this at the hardware store for a couple bucks, and then this is scare tape. And the scare tape just basically was tied around it and it just kind of flutters in the wind. And this has been very effective at keeping birds out of our strawberry bed. Give it a shot. So when we're talking about strawberries, you typically look at strawberries in a 4-year cycle. Now, every 4 years we want to change out our beds because after 4 years they start to get really diseased, sick and tired, and they don't produce nearly the quality of berries that they do when they're vigorously growing and they're young. So these berries here, these are in their 4th year. Now, the problem with keeping berries in for a long time is because they're a perennial, you can't amend them very easily. So it makes amending the soil very challenging. It gets crowded over time. And as it gets crowded, the crowding reduces airflow. They're getting tired from producing fruit every single year. And because they're getting tired and they're crowded and they can't be re-amended, it ends up decreasing their fruit yield dramatically. And gardeners that keep their fruit around for 5 or even 7 years can do that, but the downside is the fruit quality and the fruit yield just simply does not make sense on a square footage basis to do that. You're far better off just resetting and restarting your strawberry bed and starting from scratch. So I'm going to show you how you do that, because once you've kind of assessed that 4-year mark is your mark, the question then becomes, how do I change them out? This bed has been changed out. This is the 1st year of growing strawberries in this bed. And you can just see the difference. I mean, the leaves are darker green. The leaves do not have nearly as much leaf spot on them. They're just so much healthier, so much more vibrant, and we got a ton of berries and a ton more berries from this strawberry bed than we did from that strawberry bed, which has been around for, again, going on 4 years. And so we started this bed, and when you start a bed, a lot of gardeners ask, how do you do that? How do you kind of transition your beds out? Here's how we do it. So you could just start from fresh runners. You can buy the dormant plants online. In the spring, we happen to sell them as well. You could start that way every single time. But with strawberries, you're given a gift. These strawberries produce their own runners. They produce their own offspring through runners that are essentially attached to the mother plant. And these runners are genetically identical to the mother plant. Once they are grown, they will produce their own plant, their own fruit, and it will be genetically exactly the same as the mother plant is that you are growing. And so for me, it's like, why buy fresh plants when you have your own fresh plants? So what we do is we're gonna pretend like this never existed at all. We start with year 1. We've never started a strawberry bed before. We got our strawberry plants. We put our strawberry plants in the ground. We grow them out that 1st year. They're gonna produce runners that 1st year. We don't do anything with them. We simply take them, we cut them, we compost them. That's the 1st year. Because what we're doing is we're cutting all those runners off to generate energy for the plant so it is growing. Year 2, what we do is we allow the runners to grow and we propagate them on year 2. This is a really important distinction that not many people will talk about. I'll show you how we propagate our own runners so we have plants coming up for us to actually move when we're ready to change the beds out. So like I said, the 1st year, we don't do anything at all. We basically just remove the runners and let the plant get established. That's our very 1st year of establishment. We don't need to do anything. The second year, we're going to let the fruit is going to form. The plants are going to fruit a ton because they're in their 2nd year of growth. They are fully mature fruiting age strawberry plants. We're going to let them fruit. After they're done fruiting, they're going to form runners again. Strawberries form runners every single year. So they're going to form runners that second year after they're done fruiting. And with those runners, we are going to either let them set down roots right in the soil, or we're going to get a pot just like this, and we're going to get some soil, and we can do one of two things. We can either set it in our raised bed and let our runner, just like this, look at this beautiful free plant. This runner is attached to another plant over here. So this runner actually made another runner, which would also make more plants. So we're going to take this, and we can actually set this runner right into a pot, just like that, and let it root, still while attached to the mother plant. Or we can remove it, just like this. We're going to remove that, and we have got our strawberry plant right here that then we can set in a pot, root it in, just like this. Remember, this is year 2. We get it rooted in, and we're going to grow it in this pot, just like this, for the whole season. For the entire season, it's going to get rooted in just like this. Next is year 3. So to recap and bring you guys up to each step here, year 1, we just plant out our strawberry bed. We remove all the runners because we want to divert energy back to the plant to get it established. Year 2, we get fruit, and we take the runners after the fruit forms and we root some in pots, okay? Year 3, we then take this strawberry bed right here and we let it fruit for its 3rd year. It's still fully mature, fruit-producing plants. Fruit-producing plants that can actually yield a lot. They're still healthy, they're not weak, but they're going to be getting weaker. So what we are going to do is we are going to pick another strawberry bed, another bed. We're going to pretend like this bed does not exist, right? This bed does not exist, it's empty. Or pick an empty bed. We take our planted strawberry plants in pots, and we start another strawberry bed. This is on year 3. Meanwhile, this strawberry bed is in peak production. It's in peak production still. On year 3, we start a second strawberry bed in another location, so that then that strawberry bed that we start will have a whole season to get established. You might even get a little bit of fruit. But by year 4, you see where I'm going with this, by year 4, that new strawberry bed is only in its 1st year of peak production. Only in its 1st year of peak production. So we can actually harvest a ton of fruit from there. We can let our 4th strawberry bed finish getting done fruiting its 4th year, and then we're going to rip them out. So we're going to have one bed that is in peak production, another bed that is just finishing up and getting tired in its 4th year, and we're going to rip it out. And that brings us to this bed behind us, which is going to get ripped out. And so after we wait for the 4th year of fruit to be done, because you're in your 4th year, but the plants are still going to give you some fruit, it'd be a shame to just pull it out before they actually produce. It'd be a shame to pull it out after the 3rd year, because technically you could, but that 4th year, you're still going to get some pretty good fruit production. It'll just be significantly less than previous years, but you could, and this is what we do. A lot of farms will pull them out after the 3rd year because you already have changed out. You've already got a bed that's already growing and producing. You could just, in theory, just pull that bed out on its 3rd year, but I like to let them go 4 years. So that brings us to this stage here where we pull out the old strawberry bed. And mind you, what's great is that these are getting pulled out because they're weak, they are tired, they're no longer of much value to our garden. But because we planned ahead and because we had plants already rooted and growing and planted out Last year we planted that strawberry bed out and it's fully mature, growing beautiful strawberries. We got so many strawberries from that bed over there that now we'll have that bed, we'll have another 3 years in it. So that's the first year for that strawberry bed. It's gonna produce runners this year, it already is. We're gonna cut those out, right? We're gonna remove those runners. Next year, we're gonna root those runners. We're gonna let that bed keep producing. Year 3, we're gonna plant the strawberries in this bed, and then we're gonna let them continue to grow that year 3 as that bed produces. And then in year 4, this bed will be peak production and that bed will get ripped out. And then we'll simply alternate again, where that bed's gonna be planted out with the ones that come from this bed. And then the same thing again, to not confuse you guys too much, but to go again, we're gonna take cuttings from this bed is gonna be in its first year. We're gonna cut all the runners off, do nothing with them. Year 2, we're gonna let it fruit. After it fruits, it's gonna form runners. And then we're gonna take those runners, we're gonna root them. We're gonna let the runners grow in pots. We're gonna let this bed produce. Year 3, we're gonna plant those runners out into a new bed. We're gonna let this bed produce and produce fruit. And then by year 4, that bed is in peak production and this bed's gonna get ripped out again. It just alternates back and forth, and we use the same runners coming from the mother plants that are genetically identical. We never have to buy more strawberry plants ever again. We are never missing a year of production, because that's the key thing here that I want to make a distinction about, is that a lot of gardeners, when they transition their beds out, they have 1, sometimes even 2 years where they have very little fruit production because they're waiting for that new strawberry bed to get mature and to become fruit bearing. But if you plan accordingly, you plan exactly like how I described it, you will never have a year where you are not in peak fruit production. I'm not talking a couple berries, I'm talking peak fruit production. You will always have an abundance of strawberries by following this method. Now, the final thing I was gonna make a note of, once we pull those strawberries out, right, we're pulling these strawberries out, we're gonna have an empty bed here. We are going to need to re-amend, we're going to need to refertilize, we're going to top this bed off completely with compost, we are going to add trifecta, we are going to remineralize so that it can be planted out. We're gonna grow probably some beans here or something like that, some bush beans. But we're doing this because the thing is we wanted this bed to fruit this year. This is the 4th year. We wanted this bed to produce fruit. So after the fruit is done, we're now into July, we're given an opportunity where we can still plant this out. We still have growing season left. So rather than just leave this barren, we can plant, like I said, we can plant some bush beans, some short season crops here that we're still gonna have enough time in our growing season to grow out that we can actually grow something here as well as the strawberries in the early season, because the strawberries are done by the end of June, and we still have plenty of time left for, like I said, we could plant beets, we could plant beans, we could plant like a fall harvest of broccoli, a fall harvest of cabbage, we could plant a fall harvest of, if we already have some tomatoes started, some fall tomatoes, we could definitely do some determinate fall tomatoes. There's a lot of things you can do. You can also let the bed go completely, let it go fallow for just the summer, just keep it covered, and then you could plant some garlic in it even in the fall. There's lots of things you can do with this empty bed now, still while leaving it for the spring to produce fruit that 4th year. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all learned something new. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that thumbs up. I hope that this made sense. I hope that you learned something through it. And I do hope that you try this, because I'll tell you what, I have failed in so many ways of growing strawberries. And because I've failed in so many ways growing strawberries, I want to keep you from making the same mistakes, and I want to see you have the most success possible when growing your strawberries. So I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you all learned something new. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger, and we'll catch you guys all on the next episode. See ya, bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.